Gotta rank 'em all, Pokémon! Welcome to Spelunkers, a place for exploring video games and nerd culture. I'm Ryan, and this is Gotta Rank 'em All, the Pokemon ranking show, where Chris
That's me.
and myself, mostly every week, we just got back from holiday break, everybody. Every week, get a guest and a random list of 20 Pokemon and put them in the most officially arbitrary list of all time. Our lovely returning guest this evening is Holden.
It is an absolute pleasure to be here. I am a Gotta Rank 'em All super fan, so I'm totally up to date. Listen to every episode. You're not going to catch me off guard with any. Hold on a second. Is this Shuckle at 5? How did this get up there?
Things have happened.
Yeah, but it's been a few episodes.
So if you've been listening to everything, what's like your what's the pick since your first appearance that like stands out in your mind the most? Like the strangest, like how'd this get here? High, low, middle of the board, anything?
I mean, there's some boys down here that didn't get their due, and I'm gonna try to just bump them up a little bit. I mean, specifically, I think Snom got kind of blasted. I mean, at 581 now, that's a big meme. The other one, I think every Slowpoke, Slowking, the Galarian form, all of those got blasted. I'm okay with that. It is what it is. My boy Slowking's still going. He's still in the top 50. So I mean, for the most part, I haven't heard any real slander. Like sometimes people are like, "Whoa, I can't go as high as Lucario," or "Oh, it's better than Kulava," or whatever, you know. But nobody's slandering Slowking, so I appreciate all the love it's got on the show.
Just quietly sitting there, and everyone like no one picks on him. It's like,
yeah, no, he's because people see it and they're like, "Oh, that's right, yeah, 36, yeah, that's where he belongs."
All right, well, let's do a little refresher of the list before we get down and dirty with the ranks tonight. Top 3 of the board, we've got Greninja, Decidueye, Mega Charizard X. Way down at the bottom, 686 Jinx, 685 Young Goose, and 684 Gothita. And what's in the middle of that? 343. We've got Pidgeotto at 343, Tentacool at 344, and Golbat at 345. Our 100 bouncer is still Sneasel.
Still Sneasel.
We'll do some bouncing tonight. Let's just say that.
There was not a single Pokemon in the last episode worth even discussing going in the top 100. Sneasel did no work. He just sat there. Nobody even tried.
Yep. Yeah. But I think we're going to have some contenders this episode. And we know we always open strong with Shieldon tonight.
Strong little boy.
Yep.
He's not bad. He's not great. I'm a big Bastiodon stan, even though he's like so weak to so many things. He's so easy to kill, even though he's supposed to be a big tank. But I used them in a like competitive team for a while, just like Steel Sandstorm team.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys remember, I am the Smogon competitive player, so I think of all these Pokemon in competitive terms. So, yeah, this guy's a little cup. He's kind of like your setter. Like you put Stealth Rock on him, you bring him out first, or depending on what kind of lineup you got going on. But he's a fine Mon. Like he's kind of cute, but not cute enough to be, I think, above the halfway point. So as I did with the last episode, I've already pre-ranked all of these guys. I'm in you guys' heads, so I feel like I'm gonna capture your essence with all these rankings. So I have him ranked at 452. Maybe he'd be right above Skrelp and under Doduo. What are we thinking? Higher or lower?
That feels pretty good, actually.
I mean, I've listened to every episode. I think this is gonna be a quick one, bro. I
don't like hate it. It's not like I'm passionate about this Pokemon. I would probably go a bit higher. I definitely dislike Archon more than I dislike Shieldon, but
that's fair. I don't know. I think I like Archon's derpy attitude a little bit more than just this piece of white paper Pokemon, Shieldon.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, that's paper. Yeah, he's just bland. This is saltless saltines. This is of a Pokemon. You know, this is
Oh,
just
Yeah.
like I
I
could
mean,
show
we
this
got to
to my
rank all
mom
the
and be
Gen
like, well,
1s
that's
at the bottom of the
Pokemon.
list if we're ranking that way.
That's not true.
Yeah, I think he's kind of like if the movie Megamind, if he was like a baby, and I think it'd be very close to this. You know, the size of the head is what's getting me.
Mm.
Y'all ain't seen a Triceratops before? It's fine. We'll live with the 452, but I wasn't gonna go much higher anyway.
Very nice.
I'm just surprised reading out these Pokedex entries that they used to live in the jungle. I would have imagined a more sandy environment. But who knows? All right, Shieldon, new 452. Holden, stop reading my mind. Next on the list, we've got Boltuned.
Oh yeah,
best boy.
Mm-hmm.
he's amazing.
Very good boy.
Get out of the way,
I
Sneasel.
like it. Oh, really? Get out of
For
the way,
me.
Sneasel. 100. Okay, see, I couldn't tell what your temperament was for this one. I'm like, oh, for sure he's above the midway point, but I didn't know how high to go. But he's not a particularly great competitive Pokemon. I mean, his tier is PU, which is a pun, like PU. They're so bad down here. But I mean, he's fun because he has the strong jaw ability. So you just put all the Fang type moves on him, and they're like get like a kind of a buff. So you put Thunder, Fire, Psychic Fang. So he's fun, little glass cannon sweeper down at the one of the worst tiers.
Yeah.
Great for just a regular run through of the Pokemon game.
Yeah, adequate.
Yeah, definitely. He was definitely my best boy for my first run through. He's the one I would always Gigantamax because I didn't have any actual Gigantamax Pokemon. So I guess Dynamax technically, not Gigantamax.
I got him one above Crabrawler and one under Flaffy at 241. But if Chris sounds like he wants him to be in the top 100, I'm for it. He's the best boy.
He's the best boy. I like. He's not the first time they've done Electric Dog, but I think he's the best iteration of it. Other than maybe Yamper, who's also amazing and just not cool, but just the most adorable Pokemon imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, Bolton does have the cool and the cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
How high into the 100s are you looking, Chris?
Let's see. I was looking for Jolteon, but he's actually been pushed out of the top 100. I was gonna go above him anyway, but probably like just above him. It's probably not too far in the hundreds.
I mean, I'd be okay with just 100, just right under Scrafty, because I think I like Scrafty a little bit more, just kind of as a conceptual design. Because this is Thunder Dog Go Fast Burr to me, and I feel like Scrafty has a little bit more intrigue going on.
Yeah, I hear you. Where were you looking, Ryan?
Above Dwebble and below Gigantamax Pikachu.
Okay, I like that.
A couple more.
We gotta
spots.
give Fat Pikachu his credit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can't slight Game Freak when they finally give us what we want.
Hell yeah.
Under no circumstances. All right, Boltu, new number 97, speeding right up this list. Great job. Next up, Mega Audino. Dear God.
Yeah, that one's a cringe for me. I'm saying well below the halfway point. I think it's just too much going on. Audino wasn't great to begin with, and this is just kind of yeah.
Yeah, do we have Audino ranked? I don't know that I like this less than Audino, but I don't like Audino, so
yeah,
we don't have Audino ranked yet.
No lore on this thing, so
no saving grace. Yeah, I mean, what are they going for? Just like it has a cloak now, and I don't know what's up with like the string that it's pulling. I don't know. It's weird.
It makes me uncomfortable. Yeah,
tightening the hoodie, I guess.
Or it's about to strip.
It does look like it's about to strip.
Maybe it was biting its lower lip. That just looks like a "Hey, how are you?" smile, not a "Hey, how are you?" smile to me.
Yeah, I mean, it looks innocent, but who knows what's going on behind those glass eyes?
Yeah, and I think it's like the cloak or whatever looks like silk. It looks like lingerie. Is what it looks like.
Yeah, no, I see that. As far as competitive goes, Adino was just a never used NU annoying tank. So it's just you put toxic, rest, all that kind of normal stall kind of kid. So I have no feelings in that regards. I have a Mega Adino all the way down, boosting my boy Snom up. So about 585, maybe in between Seal and Frou Frou or underneath Frou Frou. It's up to you guys.
I'd go beneath Frou Frou. I think that feels around the right spot.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know that it's worse than like Swoobat or Muna even.
Yeah, Muna's pretty bad.
I'd probably go below Walrun. Not that Walrun's good, but I mean we're looking at some bad stuff here.
Right. No doubt.
I think that's fair. New 588 Mega Audino. Just go to bed. Get a room. Next up, we've got Vespiquen.
Okay. I like the honeycomb design. I think overall that's got to be the best thing going on for Vespiquen. Is just it's different. It takes like real world type thing and evolves into something that actually looks like a Pokemon. It's not just a big bee.
Yeah,
right?
this Pokemon's very hard to get like in a standard run because it only evolves from female. And I think females like what 10%, 25% something chance of spawning, and you only get combies from trees that you slather honey on to begin with. So
oh wow,
very annoying to get, but I did get one-on-one run, and it's I don't know, it's fairly powerful for a standard run. How's it do in competitive?
Yeah, no, in Gen 4, it was actually in UU, underused, which is my favorite tier. And it was just a bulky bug annoyance. You just kind of threw it out there and it had a really like big purpose in that tier. And I mean, I think it was in the NU tier specifically, but you could boost it up and play it and it would play up to UU really well. It nowadays, like I said, it just pretty much stays in NU, but it bulky bug types are always fun to play with. And I think Vespiquen definitely has a place.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how prolific the move is now, but it was one of the first Pokemon I remember knowing. What is it, Power Gem? I think it's like a rock type move or something. I don't remember, but I remember using that move an awful lot, and it was quite good, like 70 power or something.
Yeah, Power Gem is fun. I got Vespiquen at 332. That was my initial reaction because I think it's above average. And I'm considering average being in the middle of the list.
Its abdomen is literally a honeycomb for grubs.
Interesting. So I think it's one better than Rillaboom. That's where I'm at.
Not a Rillaboom fan either.
I like Rillaboom. I think I was so hopeful with Grookey, and I knew I was going to be Team Grookey, and then I got Rillaboom, and I'm like, okay, this is the best out of the three, but still, just weaker final evolutions.
Yeah, I think I like around that spot. Definitely keep it under Poltegeist.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you nailed it. I think right above Rillaboom, below Cranidos. Yeah.
I mean,
but we all know my feelings about Rillaboom, and we share them, Holden.
yeah. That was an easy one.
While we're in this range, though, are you offended by Dragapult's ranking? I know he's huge and competitive.
Yeah, no, I remember when he was ranked, and I've heard other people go back and forth on him throughout the episodes. I think he deserves, like, when all was said and done, I wouldn't be mad if someone re-ranked him into like the 200 range. I feel like out of 1,000 Pokemon, he's in the 200 range. But I mean, you guys made adequate points for that,
Right.
All right. Take it.
Okay.
Next up, hard to follow Vespiquen, I know. Next up, though, we've got Mewtwo.
Oh, the GOAT. I mean, obviously in competitive, he's an Uber, and he's always been ever since Gen 1, which is the crazy part. He was even stronger in Gen 1 because they didn't have the special defense. It wasn't an actual stat. So your special attack is also your special defense. So that made him even stronger than what his special defense became eventually. So he just was a menace and just like he he could destroy everything in that tier. And you always were trying to play around him the way you built him with your different type moves because you knew the other person on the other side is going to have a Mewtwo because it's just nothing
Right.
beating that.
Yeah, I mean, psychic types in general were just busted in Gen 1 because there was nothing really super effective against them that was not weak as hell, like Lick.
Right. No, I think he's got a great design color scheme. Like I love the three fingers. I think he's great in Smash Bros. I mean, because we bring in everything here into this podcast.
Mhm.
So I love playing as him there. He's the first like clone man-made type Pokemon. And that kind of I know Porygon has like some kind of thing, like, but Porygon feels synthetic, whereas Mewtwo feels like an organism. And I mean, he can speak common language, so that's kind of a big deal.
Speaking of that, like the lore about the whole cloning thing coming around, like the short movie that Game Freak hid for years before they finally showed the whole thing.
Yeah,
Y'all know that whole story?
I don't think so. They hid a movie.
Yeah, it was an opener for one of the for Pokemon 2000, where they showed Green, who was Fuji from Lavender Town.
Mm-hmm.
His daughter died, and he was trying to make a clone of his daughter and was experimenting with Mewtwo, Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. And they showed the clone dying and telling Mewtwo, "Don't worry, it'll be okay." And like that's where like a lot of his root of hatred for humanity in the movies comes from.
Which are fantastic movies, both Mewtwo Returns and Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like he's the ultimate final boss, right? You get to the end of Gen 1 and you have saved up your Master Ball for him, basically. He is the Master Ball Pokemon. It's just like, hey, you are worthy of it. One of the truly worthy Pokemon.
Yeah, and then one of my favorite things about what is it, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is like Mega Mewtwo X is kind of like the super uber boss in that, and he's like legitimately very challenging. And I don't think you can actually capture him with the Master Ball either. You actually have to kill him, which is great.
One of my favorite rappers of all time, he has a lyric says, he said, "Need a view somewhere floating like I'm Mewtwo." And then he went on to explain this in a lyrics reviewed. He said, "Mewtwo is strictly floating because that's how raw he is. That's how figure it out he has it. Mewtwo doesn't have a conversation standing next to you or sitting down, only having it above you to let you know what he really is. That's the level of awesomeness I'm trying to reach." And I think I'd like to agree with that and send him flying up the list.
Yeah. I will say in terms of like pure aesthetic, and I know this is only me, I love Mega Mewtwo Y, but in terms of legacy, this guy takes the cake. I mean, nobody has thought about Mega Mewtwo Y outside of the one game he was in,
Right. And I mean that is easily getting in top 100.
Yeah, personally, I think I like him right above the anger point of this list. The Chris and Ryan bickering point of Galvantula and Shuckle. So how about you guys both just stick it to each other? We'll make him a new number 4.
I want one higher. I say number 3.
Oh, I'm all for it.
Wow.
I mean, come on. You got the shiny where he turns for his purple parts to green. You got armored Mewtwo because we don't have armored Mewtwo, so he essentially is armored Mewtwo. He's also the shadow Mewtwo. So I mean, you get all of these wrapped in one. So.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll say I was probably looking at least below Lucario. Lucario's like he's basically Mewtwo redone in a lot of ways, except not nearly as powerful, but more cool in my opinion. I mean, even in Smash, he's kind of a reskin of Mewtwo. But I hear you.
I think it's legacy and the broader. Yeah, it's the broader touch on all of Pokemon that Mewtwo brings. Damn, new number 3. It has been a while since the top 3 changed. Mewtwo.
Let's go.
Great job. And what could we follow Mewtwo with? Another fantastic Pokemon.
Fantastic.
Type Null. When I sent this list over to Holden, he messaged me back and he said, I think you have an error here. You sent me 19 Pokemon, and then this must have just been like the default in the box. It says type : null. You sure that's right?
Yeah, so I forgot that he evolves into Savali. But yeah, he is a putrid mistake of a mon to me. He's not even worth using in PU. Like the worst tier Pokemon, he's not even worth using. His stats are just so like, and his move pool are just meh. I have him in the bottom like 30, all the way down at 667 because I think Melmetal got a bad rap. So I'm trying to maybe even lower than that. So 672.
Yeah, I need to look at a picture of Silvally again real quick and make sure that this is uglier than it, because they're both really
Don't
ugly.
do this to yourself. I think this is worse than Silvally.
Yeah. No, it's more putrid for sure.
And the name alone is like, throw it away.
So bad. Yeah, is it the same thing in Japanese? Because maybe they're like, oh, we'll try to. Because I just feel like it can't be the same thing in Japanese.
It looks like it's identical in Japanese.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what is this guy's lore? What's the story? Because he's like synthetic or something, right? He's man-made, I believe.
Yeah. The heavy control mask it wears suppresses its intrinsic capabilities. This Pokemon has some hidden special power. Due to the danger that this synthetic Pokemon may go on a rampage, it wears a control mask to restrain its power. A Pokemon weapon developed for a specific mission. It went berserk during an experiment, so it was cryogenically frozen. Rumor has it that the theft of top secret research notes led to a new instance of this Pokemon in the Galar region. It was modeled after a mighty myth of Pokemon. The mask limits power, yeah.
Oh, so it's designed after Arceus then, I assume? It just doesn't look cool like Arceus does?
Yeah.
See, I think this is the type of Pokemon that you show to somebody who's like a Gen 1 stan, and then they'll be like, well, see, this is what's wrong with Pokemon. They keep coming out stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. You want a below Melmetal? I'm okay with that because some that I kind of like have ended up down here too, like Xurkitree. I'm okay with going below Xurkitree. Not that it's a good Pokemon. I'm just saying it got too much of a bad rap.
It's fair.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with that. A new 672 type null. You get what you deserve. Next on the list, we've got Poliwag.
Yes, cute.
For years, decades even, I thought the swirls were the mouth. I can't tell you how long I had that perception.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it that way, but I guess what the pink is the nose then?
Right.
I think that's also because I think Poliwrath kind of looks like that. Like there is a mon. There's one of them that looks like
Poliwhirl just has nose slits, and then
Yeah. I know I like Poliwag. I think he's cute. And the thing that evolved that kind of pushes him, I think, just above the average line for me is that in the little cup he actually is kind of a menace. He's good because he has Belly Drum, and not a lot of little cup Pokemon can get that, and so he just basically becomes like a sweeper with Waterfall, and he takes out most stuff in that that really niche tier. But he's fun. I have him at 354, just right above. Well, we've moved some stuff down, so maybe I'll lower him. But I mean, I think I like Palossand a little bit better. So maybe 358, maybe underneath Blossom.
Okay. I jumped to Poliwrath right away. We like him more than Poliwrath. Poliwrath's at 435.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeesh. I think Poliwrath is better, but maybe you guys just made a mistake, and I can't rectify that.
Yeah, the only other Poly on this list is Politoed, who's very high for good reason.
Yeah, and obviously not as good as Politoed.
What did we just rank earlier? Because here's the thing: it's a fine design, but it's like I don't know, boring, as we were saying earlier about Shieldon. I mean, I guess it's got the swirl thing, which is kind of a little more unique.
Yeah, if it didn't have the swirl thing and it was just like a blue tadpole, I could see that. But the swirl is like,
oh, you mean Temple?
At this point,
if it was Temple,
yes. If it was just Temple, yes.
How do we feel about an Oddish comparison at 396?
I think it's a little bit better than Oddish.
Yeah, I think I like it better than Oddish.
And that's also pushing Oddish down to 420.
That's right. He needs to get there.
That's true.
That's true. I think I like it better than Staryu. Yeah. Oh, maybe under Trico though. For
Okay.
me.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Good with that.
Oddish felt like a very good comparison, both blue round things with short legs. 395 Poliwag, great job. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, just a classic mon. Next on the list, we've got Alolan Diglett.
So I remember the controversy with the regular Diglett. I do think this is slightly better. I mean, if it's not just because of the little turnip sprout or because of the little rock base, it doesn't have to be much better, but I think it's slightly better.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think this is slightly better than normal Diglett. Normal Diglett is like 300 spots too high though, for me.
Wow, where do we have Diglett at? That's right.
201.
Oh yeah, that is way too high. I forgot that it went that high. I just remember Chris being upset, and I didn't think he would. And now I get why he was so upset. Yeah, my first shiny Pokemon I ever caught was a shiny Diglett, and it was so upsetting because I saw the shiny kind of like appear. It was on leaf green, and then out came Diglett, and I really wasn't sure if it was shiny or not. And then I had to look it up. I was like, well, what's the difference? It's just one has a red nose and one has a black nose, and that's nothing else. And I was just so disappointed with Diglett.
Oh no.
For that reason, I do not ride with Diglett. So I'll imagine Diglett is down where he's supposed to be. So I have a Alolan Diglett around 594. I would even be willing to go lower because now we've moved Metacham down. I want it underneath Metacham, so 599.
Wow, you like Metacham? What do you like about Metacham?
I think he got a bad rap. I think he's just kind of funky. He's got like these big trunks on. He's got a great type combo. He's pretty useless and competitive, but I think he's just kind of a funky boy. And I think his Mega Form's cool too. I mean, hopefully that's higher than that normal one, but
yeah, we haven't ranked that yet, right? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No, don't believe we have.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. This can get the bad rap that Diglett deserved and didn't get.
Well, see, we can. I think Alolan Dugtrio can be up around the Diglett level of 200 because Alolan Dugtrio is phenomenal.
It's so dumb, but I like it.
It's so great, but just a normal Alolan Diglett, I think they just could have done a little bit more to lean into what Alolan Dugtrio becomes.
Yeah, that is the problem with Alolan Diglett. It's not different enough. That's like the problem with some regional variants.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, are you arguing against us? I know you're Mr. Diglett.
No, I don't have the same love for Alolan Diglett that I do for regular Diglett.
Oh, because he's slightly more interesting? Boy, we sure missed the show, right, Ryan?
It's a great time. Next up, we've got just a surefire Pokemon, Pignite.
Surefire.
Oh, yeah. I see what you did there.
Yeah, he's not fully evolved nonsense. Basically, he's not really like not competitively viable really anywhere. But I think I'm not a big fan of this line, but I still think he's the best of the three between Tepig and Imbor. I think he's just kind of cool because he's wearing like a classic like wrestlers like Unitar, and it's got some cool like design to it. And I kind of like the beefy boy. He's got egg shaped body, just kind of funky.
I knew you were gonna like the wrestling aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me remind myself what Embor is working with. Yeah, they just like kind of ditched the whole wrestling thing with Embor, which is weird. Yeah, I like the wrestling thing more than Embor for sure.
All right. I mean, you guys have Tepig and Imbor pretty low, so I didn't want to be too much higher than him, but I think underneath, I like Matang. I think he's kind of like another one. The Funky Mon are my favorite, and Matang is all the way at 413. So I mean, I didn't want to be too high, but at least above the other two.
See, I like Tepig more than this.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, Tepig has the cute thing going. I mean,
it's so generic.
It is. Like, I'm not a big wrestling fan. I just like that they went for the wrestling thing before they went, all in with gosh, what's Torcat's evolution? Incineroar, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the real wrestling starter.
Yes, and that's professional wrestling. This is more like collegiate wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I stay above Tepig.
Thank you.
I say, I don't know. It's more interesting than the Pyroars, the Watchogs. This is an
Yes.
animal.
Yes. 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 Agreed.
I might stop at Thievel at 458 for me.
Bleh, but okay. I intentionally put him down here at the bottom. I buried him last time I was on this list. He's too high for my liking, but I'm okay with that. Skrelp is also awful, so I'm a little ashamed for my pig knight, but I'll take it.
Ryan, you have objections other than the fact that it's too high? Did you want it higher?
No, I think that's fine. 459 Pig Knight. It's really not your fault. Game Freak did this to you. Next up, we've got Mega Venusaur.
I mean, it's just more Venusaur, right? I mean, like sometimes some like megas are like, whoa, that's so intuitive, or like, whoa, mega executor, like that's funny. But it's like this is just more Venusaur.
Yeah, like they haven't really changed the aesthetic that much. They've just added more leaves and like more muscle to his legs,
more trunk,
a flower on his forehead. I think it looks slightly worse than Venusaur.
I'd say significantly worse, just because it's uninspired, right? It's just like, well, let's add some more leaves to it. It's like a jungle back there. He's a mega form, huh?
Yeah, that's a well. Venusaur's up at like 130 something. What about Gigantamax Venusaur?
I mean, I have Mega Venusaur pretty low. I think again, this is a personal hit list for me, just trying to bring my boys up. I like Pyroar, so I'm got them all the way down here at like maybe one above Persian at like 493, 492.
I think I'd go. I re-looked at the picture for Gigantamax Venusaur. I think I might go below Gigantamax Venusaur at 533.
I would also go below Gigantamax Venusaur.
Okay. I mean, Gigantamax Venusaur is pretty ugly too, so
but at least it's more different than.
Yes, it is. It is more different, but
he's got mega stoner vibes.
Yeah, I guess if it's a battle of the ugly, I guess I don't know. It's a tough call. Splitting hairs here, but that's fine. We can go underneath them.
Okay, let's just have them hang out together there.
Yeah, right next to each other. Fair. Mega Venusaur, new 534. Again, what makes you so much more different from your previous version? Next up, we've got Growlithe. Oh my God, Bulbapedia is already listing the
Hisuian of Growlithe. I saw that.
Yeah. Yep. He's another good boy. I went through my list with my wife and I asked, whatever one she recognized for her to rank them. Like I just said, hey, out of a list of some 700 Pokemon or so, where would you put this one? And then she said, I think she said like 320, like right around maybe above the middle. And I said, yeah, that's good. And then I was like, well, Chansey's 323. And she's like, all right, but below Chansey. And I was like, well, and then I looked for another one. And I was like, what about Gloom? And she's like, oh, better than Gloom. So that's you guys' range from my wife. It's between 323 and 326. But obviously we can go higher if you guys like Ralph more. I think he's just a good boy.
Yeah, I think he is a good boy. I never used one because I very rarely, if ever, use stone evolutions. Just because you have to leave them in their first form forever to learn moves, or you have to get heart scales to learn moves later, whatever the currency is in the game. So yeah, I don't have like a ton of nostalgia or love for him, other than the fact that he's adorable and he's great in the show. Officer Jenny's companion.
Yeah, no, Arcanine's definitely better. So
yeah, does Officer Jenny know the difference though? We all know the scene I'm talking about.
He's actually not too bad in Little Cup either. He is one of the few ones that knows Intimidate, so he can just kind of become, even though he looks timid, he's kind of a wall in the Little Cup. So he just kind of tears down people's attack and then just kind of tanks hits.
Interesting.
I would say better than Chansey.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay, well, where are you looking, Ryan? What are you comparing it to? What are you looking at?
I'm going just a little bit higher, above Bulbasaur, below Wobbuffet.
Okay.
You know I'm down with some Bulbasaur hate.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I'm down.
Down? All right. Easy. New 318 Growlithe. Great job. You're adorable. Just keep being yourself. I can't wait to try your Hisuian form in 3 weeks. Next on the list, we
So
got
soon.
so soon. Escavalier.
All right. I mean, if we're not loving this guy, I mean, come on. His name is Escargot and Cavalier combined. Escavalier. I mean, how can you not like it?
Yeah, I think it's a fun design. I remember not using these because they're weird to get. Do you remember what Carablast obviously it evolves from, but don't you have to like trade it with another Pokemon specifically or something like
Yeah.
that? What is
It
it?
evolves from Carablast when traded for a Shelmet.
Yeah.
Mm, makes sense.
Um,
That's like a fusion. This is like
Mhm.
one of the fusion Pokemon. That gets some cool factor for me.
Yeah, do you like did you play the Shield DLC, Sword Shield DLC? Do you like Calyrex and his horses combining?
Yes,
Yeah,
that is a
I
very
like that
cool
too.
Pokemon.
I think I like the design overall of Escavalier, but I'm not a big fan of the color scheme.
Yes and no. I mean, it's not conventionally great, but the fact that you can see Shelmet and you can see um, Carablast, you can see both of them, then it's like, oh, that makes sense. That's why it looks kind of funky and off-putting because it's two Pokemon literally slammed together.
Yeah, I think the funky thing with this Pokemon is like, how does it move? Because I think in the games, at least, it's floating, right?
Yes,
But
yeah,
like, does it have some sort of propulsion system, or is it just like water Pokemon? When you fight them out of water, they're just floating.
I like the idea of that it like uses its like jousting arms to like walk like a crab, like a.
Balance on that back hook. I like it.
That
Mhm.
seems good. They should have had it in New Pokemon Snap. We could have learned.
Yeah, missed opportunity. He's actually a pretty good tank and rarely used, which is actually a pretty nice competitive scene. He's got good typing, so I'm all for him. I'd like him to be in the hundreds personally. I think Litton made it a little too high, so I think underneath Nidoking and above Litton at new 175. That's where I'd put him.
Um, yeah, I
Above
think. But what?
Jirachi at 189.
That's
I
true.
mean,
Jirachi's too low.
yeah, Drachi's too low, but I mean, come on, it's like a walking crab on the jousting legs, like.
Hmm, I mean, are you looking below Jirachi, Ryan? I'm looking for other comparison points. I definitely like Nidoking more. I think I like Flareon more. Litten, I don't really have passion for either way, but looking
Mhm.
at the two around Litten, I think I like them both more.
Yeah, that's fine. We can go underneath Hitmonlee because I like Hitmonlee. So
Okay, okay.
Mega Metagross look like again?
too much going on.
Like
I'm
flying.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
right.
also a
Yeah.
floaty boy, actually.
yeah, he's only redeemable because he's his shiny form is like silver and gold. Like that's the
Yeah.
only like cool thing about him.
Yeah, I'm okay up below Hitmonlee and above Mega Sableye. I think that's good. New
Yeah.
178 for Escavalier. I think it's just the pink. I think maybe if the pink was just a touch darker, it might just be a hair bright for me. Pinky red. Anyway, next on the list, we've got Esper.
Yes. Yes. I love this Pokemon.
Well, okay. I miscalculated that in my pre-ranking.
Well, Ryan hates
I
it too,
think
so it's fine. It'll go in the 700s or something.
yeah, it's definitely a mean looking Pokemon with that kind of dazed look on its face. But the thing that makes it even worse is even in Lil Cup, it's completely unviable because it's literally Abra, but Abra does everything it does better. So it's just you can't even use it in Lil Cup. So yeah, I checked it to the bottom.
Yeah, we have to read some lore for this guy. He's basically containing like the end of the world in his head or something, if I remember the lore.
So we'll read X and Y before we read swords. The organ that emits its intense psychic power is sheltered by its ears to keep the power from leaking out. It has enough psychic energy to blast everything within 300 feet of itself, but no control over the power. And then sword. Though Esper's expression never changes, behind that blank stare is an intense struggle to contain its devastating psychic power.
So devastating that Abra does everything it does better.
Look, we gotta just read the lore, trust the lore, don't look at the stats. It's all fine.
Right. Don't translate it to game.
No, I love the lore of the Sand Meowstic. I would put this above Meowstic. I don't remember where Meowstic ended up. At 68. Okay, well that's not gonna happen with this crew. I can feel, but
how could you tell?
I mean, at least Meowstic got its due, so it's okay if we crush
cool.
Esper a little bit, but I still think top half.
Oh yeah, see, I got it at around like 619, maybe just to bring up my boy Oranguru, but we'll see where Ryan's sitting.
I'm also thinking top half.
Okay.
Chris has won me over. I'm sorry, Holden.
No, that's fair. He's overrated Derpymon, but I'll take it.
But I think it's got to stay below Fireproof, our boy Darumaka. We haven't talked about that in a long time.
That is true.
It's true.
What number is Darumaka?
331.
331, yeah. There hasn't been a lot of fire poop, hasn't been a lot of farting away Ghastly, and clearly not enough Combustions is just dick and balls.
Never enough of that.
Never enough.
Yeah, I mean, let's just go to lower below Polty, guys. The Pinky. You can't outdo the Pinky.
Okay, do we want to go, just for Holden, one more below Dragapult?
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay. That made me feel better about this episode.
New 335 Esper. Stop looking at me like that, all right? Just stop. Next up, we've got Gigantamax Lapras, which I forgot got a Gigantamax form. This is very cool.
Yeah, no, I did not forget, because actually I specifically was looking for a Gigantamax Lapras because I had an entire kind of setup around a sticky web team that I wanted, because I sometimes I like to play my Pokemon games like I'm playing a competitive scene, so I have like setters and I have all this stuff. I mean, it just blows every gym out of the water, but it's more fun to me that way to kind of think competitively. So I had a sticky web team, so I was incorporating some slower mon that are still really useful. So I was trying to look for a Gigantamax Lapras raid, and I went onto their Discord and I was like searching through, and I found somebody who had one, and I guess he'd been hosting all day or something. And then I ended up on one of the raids that had the shiny Gigantamax Lapras, which is beautiful. Like to see those purples with like the musical type notes around it, it's just so epic. And so I caught that, and I ran through that with the Elite Four, and it was such a delight. So I love Gigantamax Lapras. Yes, it's not like so much more than normal Lapras, and I don't think it deserves to be above Lapras, but I think it's just kind of mystical and something really special about it.
No, it's very cool. I like the Pokedex entries. So over 5,000 people can ride on its shell at once, and more on that when sword. But the important thing is, it surrounds itself with a huge ring of gathered ice particles. It uses the ring to smash any icebergs that might impede its graceful swimming. So no Titanic situations going on with Gigantamax Lapras.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I also has every Gigantamax Pokemon has their own G Max a bit like move. So if you use an ice move, it does G Max Resonance, which is basically just a big ice bomb that does massive damage. But then it sets up Aurora Veil that is just straight up half damage done by all opponents for 5 to 8 turns. So it just is such a great like defensive move. And Aurora Veil is really hard to set up with other Mon, and it just straight up does it, and it does damage and sets it up. So it just makes your team kind of unkillable for those 5 to 8 turns, and is longer if it's holding Light Clay.
Damn. Yeah, I think it's cool. Like you said, I don't think it goes above regular Lapras. I mean, like Mewtwo, Lapras has like a lot of legacy and stuff. But
yeah, no, absolutely not. So I mean, I have it just sitting outside the the 100 bouncer Meryl. I have it right underneath Ho-Oh and above Talonflame, 105, 106.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You want
Yeah.
higher, lower?
I'm the only one here who likes Mega Mewtwo. It's fine. We don't even talk about it.
You just need to come to terms with that, Chris. Next up, we've got finally the only not creepy one, Gothitelle.
Not creepy, but not that
Not,
great either.
not great, no, but at least it's not creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to tell with this art, I guess. Or is the hair loops or is it discs, like solid discs? It looks like solid discs here.
It's probably not hair. It's probably like its ears or something, like even grosser. Because I mean, it looks like it's wearing a dress, but those are probably like fleshy, like sponges. If you were to touch them,
I don't want to think about that, Holden.
You don't want to think about Gothitelle's fleshy sponges.
Really, do not.
Yeah, I mean, it was at first a menace and overused because it had Shadow Tag, but then competitively, everyone banned Shadow Tag because they just said that's the worst thing to ever come into the Pokemon universe in the competitive scene. So it really just isn't that viable anymore because that ability was just, Shadow Tag, for anyone who doesn't know, it stops other Pokemon from swapping out. So you just kind of hard locked everyone. It was definitely a trap setter. So I mean I have this guy ranked again, trying to create my personal narrative underneath a Galarian Slowbro, which is still above its other two versions. So that's like 533, 534.
Okay, I mean that sounds pretty good. I was gonna say we have Gothita in the bottom three. And then Gothorita's a 608, so I definitely would want it above both of those because it's slightly better, but not high.
Knowing Chris, he's going to want 2 spots lower, just below Hoopa.
That's
I'm
true.
good with that. Hoopa is great.
I'm glad you like Hoopa. I'm glad most people see the sense.
Yes. No. Hoopa's at least 200 or 300 spots too low.
It's fine.
I mean, if you guys ever have my theory is you bring every guest on for the last episode and they get to re-rank one Pokemon. If they do that, hopefully someone will re-rank Hoopa. I'm not going to waste my re-rank on that, but if you do, hopefully.
Yeah, I've thought about like having an episode at some point that's just at least me and Ryan fixing some things that we think are egregious that happened on this list, but we'll see.
Sure.
All right, Gothitelle, new 536. Something, I don't know what. You need some fashion advice, new ears. I don't know what. You got something going on though. Next up, we've got Rotom,
who has a bunch of forms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and after looking it up, Rotom is just motor backwards, and apparently it says this may refer to the fact that motors make appliances function, while Rotom makes them fail. So he's the opposite of a motor. I like Rotom a lot. I think he's great because he's like a poltergeist type Pokemon. He haunts like appliances. So I mean, he's got the flying fan type, the ice refrigerator, the fire type microwave, the grass type lawnmower, and the water type washing machine. And like that's such a cool concept that's like so well executed, like visually.
Yeah, I remember I tried to use one in the gen where he was introduced, and in that gen, every form is still ghost type, just ghost type, I believe.
Right.
But then they added like an extra type to every other form other than his base form.
His
base forms is he ghost electric normally, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Electric normally, and then when he's heat Rotom, he's electric fire, electric water, electric ice, electric flying, or electric grass.
As far as competitive go, really only the washing machine and oven, so the fire and water, have been a menace, but they're still to this day they're absolute monsters in both OU and UU. They just have really good, well-rounded stats. It's just one of the best volt switching Pokemon that you can have. It really gets itself out of danger and does damage. Its shiny form, I think, is like a purple and yellow, I think, and it's a lot of fun as well. I love some of the Pokedex entries as well, and I'll read a couple if you don't mind me stealing your thunder, Ryan.
Go for it.
So you'll have to. Each one's for different forms. So this one is this form of Rotom enjoys coming up with water-based pranks. Be careful with it if you don't want your room flooded. So, it's kind of a menace. But I love that it's just like a office jokester. It's not like ruining your life. Like like in this form, Rotom applies its new power over wind to its love of pranks. It will happily blow away any important documents it can find. Like the non-important ones don't get blown away, but if it sees anything that like needs a signature or something, it's blowing it away.
Great. Yeah. I think it has a lot of personality. It's also, I mean, Rotom is the Pokédex, right? In the newest gen, it's called like the Rotom Dex or something like that. He's alive.
No, is that,
Pokédex is technically
Sun and Moon.
I don't remember which one it is, but
one of the newest ones. There's a Rotom phone too, right?
Sure. I believe you.
Yeah. I mean, he's got like the most chaotic neutral energy out of any Pokemon, and I love that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, love Rotom.
So Holden, since you've already got everything pre-ranked, where did you put him?
I'm looking high here. Ooh, looking kind of high on this one. And I know some people like will bring on Mon and they'll be like, I'm thinking really high for this one. I'm thinking like 240. No, I'm thinking high. We're looking. I think Deoxys is great, but I think it's a little bit better than Darkrai. Just a little bit more of an inspired design. That's just my opinion. So number 12.
Wow.
I mean, I love him. He's great. Great design.
That is looking high.
I hear you. I think he breaks top 100. I don't know if he's that high for me. Like
fair enough.
Top.
Yeah, I can move it down a couple notches underneath Mega Lucario. I know who I'm talking to.
Ryan, where are you looking?
Top 50 at least. I'm looking. I've stopped and looked at Meowth and hemmed and hawed a little bit.
Fair. Maybe we'll break up Lycanroc and Lucario. How about that? 23, 24.
Interesting. I'm looking right below Gengar at 28. Is where Rotom would be.
But he's a better ghost type than Gengar, but that's fine.
Ryan, what do you think? I mean, we do have a lot of everything except for Ghastly is up in the top 20, top 30.
I think I like this more than base Gengar.
Okay.
Booyah. I mean, look at it. His teeth are the lawnmower part. He's going like nom 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 as he's eating all your lawn clippings. And one of the lore, he says he scatters your lawn clippings everywhere. Like, come on.
Yeah.
How much higher are you going, Ryan?
I think above Meowth. I think below Mega Blaziken and above Meowth for me.
Okay, I can accept that. Can you live with that, Holden?
Hey man, I'm just here to promote my Mon. Wherever they go, they go.
26 though, pretty good for Rotom. Great show.
It would not have been there without you.
I think it would have gotten high. I don't know that it would have gotten quite that high without you.
The advocate.
Every Pokemon needs an advocate. Next up, again, following up something great with something also awesome, Magmar.
Yeah, he's kind of derpy Gen 1 design, but at least he's like a unique fire lizard type thing.
Yeah.
Does he have balls for a forehead?
Yeah, flaming hot balls for a forehead.
Yeah, it looks like a cartoonist's first attempt at drawing an ass.
yeah, very like manga looking like butt cheeks.
They were given the prompt hot ass, and that's what they came back with.
yeah. I don't know, man. Magmar doesn't really work for me. It's like, especially when you say fire lizard, you're like, oh, like Charmeleon, like a fire lizard, and they're like, no, Magmar, and like, is it like kind of like a duck lips? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to do exactly. And then like, so I can see like maybe he would like be wearing a metal collar or something, but then he's got that weird metal like in his legs too, that weird black that looks like metal. I assume it's not because he is using a lot of fire, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
and he's just fire type too. So I don't know. I think Magmortar is really cool, but um,
I thought Magmortar was really cool until I saw him in 3D. I don't like his. I don't
oh,
like his lips
that's
anymore.
true. That's true. They're kind of they do have that kind of what is that, Pennywise from It kind of looking.
A little bit. So yeah,
Yeah.
Magmar bottom half for sure. I think.
in
Yeah,
my
not great.
opinion. I think he's maybe above Illumise at 5'10", and not just because I wanted to say that Pokemon how it's properly pronounced, but
Likely story. Above Tepig?
let's see. Let me really look at this Pokemon. Yeah, I mean that's just like a fire pig. This is at least got a little bit more. He's got like bondage, like BDSM type necklace and shackles on. So I mean that's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's into bondage and he's got 2 butts. I mean, what
Oh
more do
yeah.
you want?
Straight to the top of the list, number one now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with right below Illumise. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, alumnus.
Alumni.
All right, Magmar, new 5'11", plastic surgery. I don't know if plastic's going to withstand the heat.
Wow.
Really, just fill the crack in. Next up, we've got Genesect.
And I'm still not convinced it's a Pokemon. I'm pretty sure it's a Digimon, but it's still kind of cool.
Yeah, it's definitely super heavy, like on the Digimon side of the spectrum, but it also looks cool. What gen is this? Sun Moon
Uh,
or XY?
Gen 5.
Gen 5. Wow. And how do you see this thing? Was this an event only? I definitely never saw this in the games myself.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it got
event
added
only.
in after. Yeah, it's
I
an
don't-
Uber.
It looks like events only for Black White 2, XY Alpha Sapphire, and then unobtainable in Let's Go, and then Pokemon Bank or Pokemon Home for the Sun, Ultra Moons, Swords and Shields of the list. So I think just events.
Yeah,
Just tragic.
that definitely sucks. Like that brings a Pokemon down in my mind. Like the fact that you had to go to some events to even obtain it, unless you hacked it or whatever.
Right.
Especially, I mean, anybody that was actually trying to do, the namesake of catching them all, you're screwed if you can't make it to one of these events.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, some of his lore is kind of cool. I think he is another one of those created Pokemon. That's why he looks so funky.
Yeah.
But I like some of his kit. I think he's Bug Steel. Like I
Oh.
said, he's an Uber, so I never use him.
So it's an ancient bug Pokemon that was altered by Team Plasma, and they put a cannon on its back. So it's like it's like a cyborg Pokemon. It's
Oh.
partially, like a fossil type, and then partially human altered.
Yeah, that's very Dr. Evil of Team Plasma. They're like, bring back this ancient Pokemon and strap a freaking blaster on its back.
Yeah, it's interesting because its whole even taking off the cannon, its whole body looks kind of like mechanical. Like it kind of slides around. Like it could turn into a car. It looks like a transformer.
Oh yeah, it's a Transformer for sure.
Totally.
So I think get some cool points for that from me. I'm thinking of it. It's around average for me. Around like the Porygons of the 380 and Tapu Lele 394. Like I'm looking around that range.
Where is the Ultra Beast that's name sounds like an insult?
Guzzlord?
Guzzlord?
Yeah, that's the one.
It's at
That's my
348.
guy.
Okay.
I
would
mean,
put above Guzzlord.
above? No, it's got to be below Quilladin. Come on now.
Oh, God damn it. How is Guzzlord above Quilladin? It's below that. It's above Kartana, maybe?
Below Kartana. Yelp.
Oh, I do like Kartana a lot.
Yeah. My boy.
I mean, he's origami samurai. Like, how do you get? That's such an underrated mon.
It
doesn't matter. Those paper cuts are gonna hurt.
All right, below Kartana, we're all in agreement.
Sure we are.
You just want to be the guest every week, Holden? That'd be great.
I got you. I'll appease everyone here.
So we're going right below Kartana. How much lower do you want to go, Ryan?
I mean,
I guess you wanted to be above Kartana, so maybe that's a bad question.
Yeah.
It's still above Vanillux that I know you hate, even though you use one.
Hate's a strong term. I don't like them though. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
A new 368 Genesect. I'm so sorry for what Team Plasma's done to you, but I can't undo it now. It's stuck on your skin like the Rhino. Next up, we've got Tortuga. Why is the rum always gone?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I like. I mean, people might say, "Oh, it's just a sea turtle," but I like its color scheme. I really do like the darker, kind of grayish with the blue. And I knew immediately when I looked at this Pokemon, when I was looking at the list, that it's basically a copy of a leatherback sea turtle, which is one of my all-time favorite types of sea turtles. It's just so unique and different looking, and they added some like cool features to it. Like, I mean, it kind of make the head look like a kind of a helmet type skull, and they add some like holes in the back to kind of give it more of like a tribal type look. I think it's great in Little Cup as well. It learns Shell Smash, which is raising its attack and making basically Waterfall and Stone Edge just destroy everything in Little Cup. So I'm gonna advocate for this one to go pretty high as far as kind of basic designs go.
I think it may just be a sea turtle, but it is a very good sea turtle.
Yeah. He's got some attitude. He's got cup holders. I mean, what do you want?
More cup holders than my truck.
Yeah, no, I like him a lot, and I think I want him maybe low 200s, high 100s.
Yeah, what do we have in that area? He's definitely
I think
probably the best gen, like of that gen for fossil Pokemon. What's the other one? Arkin, right? Arkin sucks. Arkin, Archeops, I don't like. Yeah. And I don't remember what his evolution looks like.
Sea turtles are my spirit animal, so I'm definitely on board with that. And I think Delibird's really great too. So I think I'm just underneath Delibird, which would be my vote, 203. I'm not a big Chestnut fan.
Man, this guy has listened to the show. He knows exactly. I would have been mad about Delibird, but yeah, I might go below Chestnut too. We're definitely gonna push Diglett down, but
this is better than Alakazam.
I mean, no, but Diglett's not.
Yeah, Alakazam's underrated too. What the hell?
You did this, Ryan. Did it with Diglett.
I've done everything. I put Shuckle at number 5.
You did.
Number 6 now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Don't worry, we'll get a Galvantula out of the top 5 too. So where's Alakazam? What number? 218? 219?
218. Yeah. Yeah, 19.
I mean, I could go below Alakazam. I'd be okay with that.
I think Mega Alakazam is the cool one in my opinion, as far as visually goes, and competitively. Mega Alakazam just wrecks everything. And I like it so much more than regular Alakazam, because Alakazam kind of looks like a little bitch, like as far as like he's just like skinny and scrawny, even though he does pack a punch. But then like Mega Alakazam is like, yo, I've been there, done that.
I've never heard anyone describe Alakazam like that before.
That's a little bitch. That's funny. All right. Yeah, we gotta compromise in some way here. I also like Pangoro a lot.
Yeah, that's fine. We can go underneath Pangoro above Alakazam.
Done.
I'm willing to compromise.
Poochyena? Do you have a Poochyena argument.
I mean, it's just kind of a dog.
It's above Poochyena. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Can't believe Poochyena's above. Rockruff. All right, Tortuga. Thank you very much. Let's hope you don't go extinct anytime soon. Next on the list, my absolute nightmare from my most recent Pokemon stream, Pansage.
Broccoli head.
Yeah, the last
Broccoli
of these
with seeds.
weird element monkeys that we have to rank. I think. Pretty sure we've done all the others.
I also think so. Yes, they're pretty low.
Yeah.
No, and because it's just bad, and it's just unfortunate that they keep coming up on the show because there's 6 of them, and they didn't all just come up in one episode, so we never had to talk about them again.
This is the last time.
I think at least he's cute, so I think at least he goes above like uglier Pokemon, like because I'm going down to Panpour. Panpour's 624. I think it's better than Mothim at 625 because I think that's kind of an ugly Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, let me pull up Panpour.
Yeah, Panpour. I was gonna better or worse than Panpour.
I'd probably go below Panpour. If only because I prefer water type.
I don't know. I guess their design's pretty similar. Yeah, then I'd say below Panpour.
All right, I'm good with that.
Above Mothim. A new 625 Pansage. I'm glad we don't have to talk about you and your kind any longer. And that does it for the random list of 20 Pokemon the Science Machine spat out at me a couple weeks back. Next up, we've got Holden's pick for this episode. Holden, who did you bring to rank tonight?
All right. I brought my boy, one of my true loves that I knew was just gonna get disrespected and spat on if I didn't bring him onto the show. So I said, "Hey, Ryan, get me onto the show so I can get my boy where he needs to be." And this is Hawlucha. I do have a TED Talk prepared, just like I did for Slow King. So
okay, all right, I'm ready.
If you let me humor you. So I got to lead with competitively. Hawlucha is a Pokemon that doesn't evolve, right? He's a single evolution, but as far as single evolution goes, he's absolutely one of the best. He's in overused because he is a sweeping menace. You put Swords Dance on him, pull out your substitute, and then you got high jump kick and acrobatics, and that sweeps about anything, and it doubles its speed when its item is lost. So you just use like an item that gets used up, and so it just has crazy speed, crazy attack. Swords Dance just destroys everything. So it's great in the overused tier for a reason. This is a convincing point for Ryan. In the Pokedex, it says, although its body is small, its proficient fighting skills enable it to keep up with big bruisers like Machamp and Hariyama. And just for reference, Hariyama is 559 pounds and Hawlucha is 47 pounds. So as far as weight classes go, it's fighting way above its weight class. It has the unique move that is Flying Press, which is the only dual type move, meaning it does both fighting and flying type damage. So it covers a wide range of basically super effectiveness. In the anime,
sorry, I'm just surprised they didn't do more of that. I had forgotten that, but I'm surprised they didn't do more. It seems like it would get really complicated with like calculations, but I don't know, it's something new they could add. Yeah,
no, definitely. I once I like brought that in, I was like, oh, that's smart. Like they'll do that again. No, they did not do it again, and I really don't think they ever will.
That's cool. I didn't realize that it was dual type.
Yeah, it's in all intents and purposes, I think it's just it's a fighting move by all other kind of like means of the move, but it does both types damages. In the anime, Ash catches one, and it's definitely one of his best mon. Like it has like some really like fun showboating moments. A guy named Carl has a shiny Hawlucha, which is like if you haven't looked up shiny Hawlucha, it's in contention for like top 5 shiny of all time because it's just such a cool like design.
The shiny's really good. Yeah.
It draws an inspiration as far as design wise from Aztec eagle warriors, which you've probably seen with like those like the eagle type headdress, and the colors are obviously he's kind of eagle type inspired, but the colors are green, white, and red, which is thematic of the flag of Mexico, which is it's a lucha libre fighter, so kind of themed with that luchador. And ultimately, it's just the best non-evolving Pokemon of all time, the ultimate luchador.
Knowing your love of luchadors, I'm not surprised by this, Holden.
Absolutely.
I think the only thing I really would have brought against this Pokemon is its lack of evolution. Otherwise, I agree. I like Hawlucha a lot, but that lack of evolution has kept me from really using it. So I don't have a lot of experience with it personally.
But I mean, that's the crazy thing about it. It's so strong, even though it just doesn't evolve. So even if you're kind of with evolution Pokemon, you're like, oh, eventually it's gonna be stronger. It's like no, it starts off really strong and it just keeps on that strength right from the get go all the way through, which is kind of cool. You don't ever have to worry about the baby Pokemon getting wrecked by something.
Yeah, I've also never used it because I very rarely use that Pokemon that don't evolve. But it's very cool. I know my brother used one, and he loved it a lot. I like that it's. I mean, first of all, it's the only flying fighting type still, I believe. Is that correct?
Sounds
I
right.
believe.
Yeah, and has the only move that is flying and fighting type at the same time, which is insane. Yeah, I mean, I won't argue with best solo evolution. I don't think.
Right, and that's why it should be above Shuckle at number 5 if it's the best
that's
single
true.
evolution.
That's true. Yeah, Shuckle deserves an evolution though. But
That's fair. He does deserve like a probably like a regional form that maybe he evolved into or something. They give him like some beefiness or maybe get him out of it. Yeah, Hussein Shuckle sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, if we're saying he's the best solo evolution, technically we put him above Mewtwo too, right? Mewtwo doesn't evolve. But
I guess non-legendary. We'll preference that because there's a lot of legendaries that don't evolve.
Are you looking that high, Holden?
Oh yeah, no. I didn't think I could get him above Shuckle, but if we want to go underneath Mega Charizard X, and then to continue to cut ties with the running feud of this podcast.
No, I mean, my mind immediately went to, and we're gonna go higher than this. Obviously, the first maybe the weirdest solo evolution to make our top 100, Lickitung, Smithy's pick. Definitely, I like it more than that.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
obviously I don't like it as much as Shuckle, but I mean that's my personal like. Shuckle's my favorite Pokemon, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Ryan, where are you looking?
I'm climbing.
Snorlax. I guess not technically a solo evolution anymore, right? But
I was higher than that.
I
I put this. I don't know, above Empoleon's Heart, above Haunter and Volcarona.
Yeah, better than Volcarona. And I mean, if we want to go underneath Megalarkaya, that's fair because they're pretty similar, like body type, But I think Hawlucha just kind of is more interesting visually and just interesting lore wise. But Megalarkaya is very cool. I don't deny that.
Yeah, I could go above that. I could go below Darkrai, maybe even below Deoxys.
Okay. Yeah, I think officially on my notes document, I had it just right above Megalarkaya. So I'm good with below Deoxys. I'm good with that.
Where are you going in that range, Ryan?
I'm okay with right below Deoxys. Yeah. Above Darkrai. Flying knee kicking his way into the number 12 spot on the list. Are you happy, Holden? You get is Hawlucha?
I am pleased as punch.
Well, great job, Hawlucha. I really do hope you get some kind of evolution someday, or variant.
Yeah, there's a good chance if you weren't here, Holden, the argument would have been: is it better or worse than Delibird? And that's where it would have ended up.
No, for sure. No, I mean, I think if I wasn't here, it'd be like, well, Diance's pretty cool. Well, is it better than Swinub? Swinub, the little piggy?
Wow, your impersonations. Amazing.
Nailing me, I guess.
I've listened to a lot of episodes. You kind of get used to it.
All right, well, fantastic. That's 21 more Pokemon on the list. We are past 700 Pokemon
wow.
As of this recording. Still 300 more to go.
At least.
Yeah. Well, more getting added in a few weeks here. Holden, thanks so much for joining us again, man.
Oh, my pleasure.
It was a pleasure having you. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Yes, I've came prepared. I'm going to plug my podcast I have. It's called How to Waste Your Time. We were on hiatus because I just had a little baby girl, Claire Jubilee, but now we're coming back this month. Essentially, if for those who aren't familiar with How to Waste Your Time, it is a show where me and my co-host run down basically how we wasted our time in the past month. And if you like movies, television, sports, anime, video games, board games, comics, podcasts, music, then you will like the show because we go over one piece of content in each one of those mediums each and every month, and we kind of give our mini review on it, and it goes around 2.5 hours. And then on the off weeks, I do a show called Medium of the Month where I get a special guest on and we go a little bit deeper dive into one specific medium, and then actually just 2 pieces of content instead of like the usual 20 that we go through on the flagship show. And I had Ryan on the show and we talked about a couple anime, and we had a blast, and we're going to be bringing season 2 of that back this month too. So it's a good time to hop on board and become a time waster.
Heck yeah. And if 2.5 hours sounds like a lot, or you're not interested in all those mediums of media, then the show is very well noted. So you can just skip around to which, if you would just want to check in on the sports and the tabletop games, boom, boom. He's got links for just those timestamps in every show note. So he's helping you waste your time effectively. It's a great show.
Yes. No sense in listening to the sports section if you know you're never going to watch sports. Just skip right to the video game section, or skip right to the music if you want to discover some new music.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Definitely, everyone, go check out How to Waste Your Time. Anywhere you can find our podcast, you can find How to Waste Your Time.
Absolutely.
Chris, anything to plug?
Yeah, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's linked below if you're listening to the podcast version. If you're watching the YouTube version, you can click right below to subscribe. We appreciate it. What's it?
Fantastic. And check out our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Splunkers. We got a lot of streams, a lot of nights of the week. I'm doing Pokemon on Tuesdays, and Chris is playing Resident Evil on Wednesdays. Wasted might be coming back sometime soon, and always something co-op on Sunday. Who knows what that might be in the coming months. There's a lot of games coming out. Just keep your eyes peeled there. Thanks, everybody, for joining us as we continue finalizing the most important decisions of our lives. I hope you are well until we reconvene next week. And remember, gotta rank them all.
Gotta rank 'em all, Pokemon.